WWE Universe Mode 2.0? Just anything you can talk to that? A lot of people are asking in the chat room.
Yeah, we're not revealing too much yet about Universe Mode. We are bringing it back. We love the foundation. Our goal for the future of the mode is basically to continue the cool storytelling that you can do in the mode, give you more control over what you can do, so starting to integrate some of that control. I know the big question is whether you can defend titles whenever you want. We understand that that was kind of a fan complaint from last year, that you only could do it at the pay-per-view titles. So we've heard your complaints. We are addressing in a certain way. We're not detailing exactly how. We'll let you know as soon as we start really diving in more into what's new in Universe Mode this year.
J Phoenix 7 asks, WWE Games, did the reversal system improve? Last year it was too easy to reverse moves. All you had to do was keep clicking the trigger. I hope it's more difficult to reverse.
Yeah, it's absolutely more difficult to reverse. So what we found, what was going on, is that we did allow you to spam the right trigger button there. So you could continue to just mash that and reverse the guy. So we've actually completely changed that this year. So there's no more being able to spam that. It's all timing based. And we've also fine-tuned a lot of the timing windows to make them more consistent, because we found others were too big of a window and some were too small. So we went ahead and fine-tuned all that. We basically retooled that whole reversal window system. So now I think fans are going to find it much, much more competitive. And I keep telling my AI designer that I want legendary difficulty to be off the charts this year, like extremely hard, so that the hardcore guy loses a decent amount of the time. So fans can expect to see that this year.
Yeah, and speaking of like the reversal timing windows, we did notice, and you told us at E3 a little bit about the running strikes, running grapples, like those kinds of things that in the past players have used to their advantage, especially online. But because of what we've done to really change that up and how you play, it seems to really make a difference, and you're not seeing as much running and running strikes and running grapples all of the time. It's like actual, in-ring, action going on. Tell us.
Yeah, I mean, it's just important to keep the whole experience competitive. We are constantly trying to look for those exploits that fans find, and trying to find a competitive way to balance that. We don't want to just completely strip it out. If someone does like running strikes, it shouldn't be a negative thing, but there's got to be a balance. If they're overpowered in the game, then we need to find, as a design team, some way to address that. Also, they just saw the RKO there. A lot of people have been asking me about the reach animation for the RKO and just signatures and finishers in general, that reach animation that plays, and we are addressing that. So don't worry about that. I saw a lot of fan feedback about that. We'll make sure we get rid of that reach animation so that it looks natural.
What's up with the beard? Lack of beard, dude.
Yeah, so we will have Randy Orton with beard. We just made that call the other day. I've was all over my project manager to make sure we had enough resources and time to get it in, and we made some special cases for him. So we will have the version of Orton with the beard and without, and we will have it as kind of a second alternative attire for him. So it won't replace the other one, so we get 2 Ortons this year. Pretty cool.
That's awesome. And you keep saying, I saw a lot of the community reaction. I saw a lot of their feedback. You're on Twitter, at Real Corey Ledesma, and you have made yourself available for all of the fans in the WWE Games universe. How's your experience on Twitter been so far?
Oh, it's been great. I think it's awesome to be able to speak to the fans so often, and to really just hear what they're expecting to see in the game, what they want to see in the game, what they like so far, getting positive comments as well as constructive criticism is great as a game designer, to be able to get that information. I think it's already paying dividends, because a lot of the feedback that we've gotten, we've already made changes in the game, which is really cool. So that means the fans are actually making those changes themselves by basically requesting those. Oh, they want to see if that punt is with the left foot. That's what they want to see, and that's something else that we saw from the fans, and we will address it. Basically what was going on is that we were mirroring the move depending on the location of the opponent. And so we'll go ahead and fix it and just have Orton always do it with the right foot. That's not a problem to go ahead and do that. So fans will be able to see that change in the final version. So yes, Orton will always punt with the right foot. For those die-hard guys are looking for 100% authenticity, yes, we'll have it. Right.
They actually want to see him do it.
I get my signature again, so I'll go ahead and
wow, talk about timing.
So, Corey, we actually just recently had a community summit where we invited 10 of the community leaders that we talk to on a regular basis that represent some of the largest gaming sites out there. They were here pre-E3, and if you guys haven't seen the articles, we've posted them. You guys definitely check them out because they got to see that kind of exclusive hands-on access with the game, and they really had the unique opportunity to see it early enough to give you guys a lot of feedback. Tell us a little bit about that experience, because I know that was one of the first of its kind here. What was that like, and what came out of it?
The community summit was great because rarely do we get a chance to get some of our hardcore enthusiasts in the office to really try out early code and give us feedback. We had them here for 2 days, and it was a phenomenal experience for our design team because we really got to pick their brains. We got to find out what they're liking early on and what they're not liking, and so it's enabled us to go ahead and take that feedback into the game and make a lot of improvements. So we're really trying to bend over backwards to make sure that we're addressing all of the fan complaints and really get everything that they want to see in the game. It's very important to us. So those kind of events are great for us as a design team, and we want to continue to have those. And you guys out there who follow those websites or those community members, you should definitely send them questions so that you can get those questions that you're looking for answered by them and voiced as well, so that we can go ahead and make those changes because we do truly listen to those guys.
All right, we got another question here. So we got another question from the Wapinator. Wapinator asks, nice name by the way, can you still do power bombs and suplexes, etc., on weapons like the stairs?
Yeah, absolutely. That's still in there. All that great content that we added last year as far as the physics system and being able to do a lot of the cool new functionality with the weapons like the steel steps and the ladder and the chairs. None of that great stuff has gone away. If anything, we've just continued to improve the physics system to make sure that we got rid of any kind of unsightly things that were occurring from previous years. So it's really great, like I mentioned earlier, about the technology, that we haven't lost any of that progress we made on the physics or the weapons or anything like that.
So we get a lot of the time we get from fans, people in the community. They ask us, why can't this or this or this happen? Our answers to them usually is, it's obvious to us on how much time year to year we get to make a game, but in your own experience, being the creative director of the game, like, what's it like to get some of that feedback, knowing that you want to do it, and what are some of the things that are holding us back from that?
It's definitely a frustrating thing. We have just this huge list of over 1,000 things that we really want. It's a little dramatic, probably not 1,000, but seriously, hundreds of things that we want to get in there. They may be small things, they may be really large modes, whatever it is. We just feel like we never have enough time, we never have enough resources, we never can get it all in there. So each year we just kind of pick what we think are the highest priority items, and so the gameplay this year is obviously a huge one. It's a high priority every year, but really we went kind of above and beyond this year with gameplay because we wanted to make a big impact with this new technology.